Party White page just went live.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
There
my
we are.
gosh.
I'm gonna lurk.
There it is. That's us.
And
We're
it's
live.
just going.
Oh, it just went dark.
This went dark.
Because she moved everybody into the tunnel.
Yeah, where you're staying.
Or
Oh,
are we?
I mean, do you want to stay outside? That's fine too.
Bottom right-hand corner-ish.
What's the worst that could happen from staying out there?
In the
It's not like you're
chaos
trying to
emotion.
kill me or anything out there.
Oh yeah, nothing tries to kill you out there.
Nothing tries
You're
to
just-
kill me.
You're just trying to
Okay.
tank the floor.
I'm just trying to
The
tank
tree teams up
I-
with the fish people.
Like
They drag us off to the deepest part of the water.
I genuinely feel bad that I keep knocking people out.
It's not people, Rin.
Hey, you know what? I think
Fireball.
Shae just has a thing against monks.
Yeah, it might be the case.
Yep, I got hit knocked down once that time. Look, they didn't have to, plead with Shiny to save my ass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Your warlock patron, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, I don't have written down what my patron's name.
Could your patron now be Shia LaBeouf?
No.
Oh.
How about
Just-
LaBeouf Shia?
Yeah, LaBeouf Shia. Just think of the power he could give you.
LaBeouf Shia.
Was it Tatiana?
Titania.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's make sure.
It's cute that she's still alive here.
Alright. I think I am set.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. We
Hello.
are officially back. It's good to see you all again after the holiday. This is our disembodied voice reminding you that our sponsor, as always, is the wonderful Grinding Coffee Co. For all your grinding coffee needs, use our code PartyWipeGames for a 10% discount. And now, no longer disembodied voices, it's our disembodied faces. Ooh. No, they're still
Ooh.
attached to our bodies. It's fine. I mean, most of them. Dougler's disembodied voice will forever persist. But the rest of us are here, and they're also here. Just,
Yeah.
it's fine. Hello. Hi. It's us. I hope everyone had a good holiday. A good Yule. As it were. Shae, why don't you do the honors of recapping the game and telling us what happened? Or, if you want, you can elect somebody who is a qualified note taker for the party to recap it for us.
Well, if nobody would like to take that honor, I can go ahead and give it, whatever people feel like.
We did have a note taking volunteer.
I don't hear any immediate
I feel like we need
responses,
picked down
so-
here.
You said you were going to be taking all the notes from now on.
That's alright.
You
Folks
said
can
you
fill in
would
the
do
blanks.
it.
I am not a
Yeah, I'll
pro,
do
I
it
have
next
no
time.
notes.
Shit went down.
Shit went down.
Yes. Y'all had made it to Downfall, the village of Bullywugs, in your pursuit of one of these coven hags. Got quite a bit of information talking to everybody around town. Met a giant toad that was is the current mount, or the mount of the current King Golub the 19th.
That's right. I want to steal it.
Yes. Plans
Liberate.
have been made. Yeah.
Liberate.
Plans have been made for some grand theft toad. Met Illig, Baron of Muckstump, who is currently revealed his ploy to depose of the current king, who had been in charge for a few months now, and his reign has been going on too long. It's time for a new king to take the throne, or so Illig thinks. In your exploration of the village, you met Octavian, a minstrel ranger elf who cannot feel anything because his heart was quite literally ripped from his chest. And he has no emotions now, and he's well aware that he should be feeling pretty bad, but can't bring himself to feel anything. You were all verbally accosted by some sour dispositioned sprites who taunted and coaxed you out of your armor and to attack them, subsequently drawing the attention of old Barkless, the tree blight that these sprites were dwelling in. After a very nasty battle, you all opted to rest, much deserved, and you decided not to mess around with the chest in the middle of the room, but instead have set up watch.
Definitely don't want to mess with the chest.
If I
At least
remember
not
correctly,
yet.
yeah, if I remember correctly, you were taking watch.
Yes.
You don't have to,
I think we already rolled for it.
did you?
There's some perception rolls here.
Oh yeah, maybe you did.
Yeah, we did.
All right. So let's see. Okay. So let me. Okay. Who was it that had second wash? Is that Sheer?
Remember to speak up, hun.
Who was it that had second wash? Was that Sheer?
It looks that way.
Yeah. Okay. So nothing happens during the first watch until evening really sets in. But when you set up to take your watch, Sashir, you notice that after a moment, what would be akin to midnight or some other time, according to Zashir, there's the sound of bells outside before they come to a halt, and it sounds like it stops right outside the door. There's a moment that passes before now, did you lock the door?
No.
door opens. And what you see is a tall, very well-built man who steps inside. They have red robes over leathers, and a very long, glorious beard that hangs down to their belt. But they enter, and more notable to you is that when the door opens and he turns to close it, outside for that brief moment, you see that there is just snow everywhere, covering everything. But he turns, closes the door, and just kind of like smiles to you. Steps over off to one side and just holds one gloved finger to his mouth, and then proceeds to reach into a small satchel and take out some various items, setting them all aside, all with notes on them. Is there anything you do?
In Celestial, I ask him what the hell he thinks he's doing.
In Celestial, he says, I'm just leaving some gifts.
What? Out of character, I get it, but she has no idea what's going on.
Kind of like
have no
leans
idea.
closer and goes, and then returns to comment, curse.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns back and says, I said, I'm just leaving some gifts.
Alright. I think the one over there has enough coal. You don't need to give her any more.
Are you sure about that?
Do I ever seem sure about anything?
I don't know.
You are here in July.
Feywild can be a little tricky. Is the solstice somewhere?
Sure.
And goes back to setting out these items. But when he finishes, he straightens up, and the things he takes out of this bag, and the bag looks kind of small. You see when he reaches his hand in, it just kind of like disappears into the depths of this bag. But he straightens up, tucks this satchel off to the side, puts his hands on his hips, and just says, well, I figure these gifts might be a little helpful to you in your current journey.
Man, I hope so. So much stuff has kicked our butts.
I noticed. But he starts to turn to leave and says, now, you all enjoy your adventure.
We'll try. Thank you.
Perhaps I'll see you again sometime. And opens the door again, and again you see that there's a brief sprinkle of snow as he steps outside, closes the door.
Nice guy. I'll sit back down.
Okay. Nothing else happens during your watch. Kostya and sorry, it's been a while. Chow would both notice during their watches there is a pile of neatly stacked items that wasn't there before.
Cool.
But on the basis that the big chest is stodgy enough, that's not staying clear of that pile, because that's just screaming danger, danger mimic all over it.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Might be a morning problem, yeah. But everybody's up and awake.
That's a tomorrow issue.
It's an after a long rest issue.
Here.
And you all do get a long rest. Nobody touches the pile, nobody touches the chest. Nothing else noteworthy happens.
I need to roll for my language.
You do.
Alright. Remind me when I'm rolling.
1d16.
1D what? You gotta speak up.
1d16.
Seven.
7. Ah, no, wait. Hang on. No, not as funny. Wait a minute. This isn't the right one. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. This is also the wrong one. Yeah, because they just. Okay. There we go.
Here we go. What is it?
You are currently speaking halfling.
So close. Cost you. Almost.
Oh, close.
Okay.
So are we ready to see what's hidden in this box?
Yeah, very interested to see what's inside.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna spend a few minutes casting the Halbrand languages.
I don't know. It sounded like something about breakfast.
Second breakfast.
I think I much preferred the song of yesterday.
Yeah, it's not nearly as beautiful. It sounds very upbeat and.
Does sound very chill.
Yeah,
Slightly hungry.
slightly hungry.
Really hungry.
Ten minutes passes. You are able to comprehend them again.
So, are we gonna open the box?
Yeah, I can. Do you want to open the box?
We're here, you might as well. I mean, you can't try to murder us as well as everything else, right?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Or at least we're ready for it this time.
Mage armor.
I'll go open the box.
Okay. You're opening the chest in the center of the room, not the pile of gifts.
Yeah,
Okay.
the presents come next.
Okay.
Chest first.
So, opening the chest, you reach out, place your hands on it, and chest opens. Inside, there is cookware, spices, old fish bones, and a mummified toad.
Ah, we could have had dinner.
How big is the toad? Is it like a little toad? Is it like a big toad?
It is a little toad.
I mean, one of us could have had dinner.
I mean, you use it for soup.
It
It
could be
is-
spell components.
It is skewered on a stick and just entirely mummified.
Oh, I don't think that'd be good to eat then.
It's, you just broth it. Okay.
Well, here, you said spell components. I
It could be spell components, yeah.
give Shell the toad. And you said there was cookware in there?
There is cookware.
I mean, you never know when you gotta eat.
And spices. And fish bones.
And fishbone spices.
These can all be useful.
Mm-hmm.
But question is, whose is it?
Oh, ours now.
That
Also, some weird guy broke in the middle of the night and left us stuff.
pardon?
A weird guy broke in the middle of the night and left us stuff.
Did you see what?
Oh, it's these over here. And they'll gesture to the boxes.
I'll go
Kel's
over
gonna
and take a
go
look
over
at
and look at one of the boxes.
Okay. Was anybody? Was anybody doing anything with any of the items in the chest?
Nope,
I
I
took
turned
the-
my attention to the presents.
I took the some of the cookware, like maybe like a pot and the spices.
All right.
Soup could be a good idea.
Any of the other items anyone wants to take from the chest?
Nope.
Nah.
Just gonna leave that perfectly mummified toad there.
I mean, they said it wasn't good for cooking, so I'm gonna trust them.
Okay.
I wanted soup.
I mean, have you tried?
No, if we later find out that the hag is missing a toe, we know where to go back and get hostage, as it were.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Going over to the boxes just laying there. There are 4 items. One of which is in a. I'm sorry, 5 items. There's a box. Each of them have like little tags on them. There's a small box. There's a stocking. There is like a 2 different kind of like cylindrical tubes, and then there's like 1 longer box. The longer one has Zashir's name on it.
Oh, looks like this one's for me.
Mm-hmm.
Opening it and looking at the note attached to it is a description of the item, but this is about long enough to match the staff that you already have. Yeah, that's what you get.
Oh.
That's just what Red needs, a staff to punish the naughty.
Yep.
Guess who's first in line?
Probably the one who helped burn down a house.
Yep,
Or keep a house on fire.
that's right. Get over here, little Cole.
Oh dear.
I love how if the target isn't evil, it's the wielder that gets damaged.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Good thing we have a paladin. Hey, is that guy evil?
Right.
No? Okay. Other
I
stuff.
guess that means I need to have like detect evil and good prepared all the time now.
I think your divine sense is good enough.
I'm gonna look through the things too, the leftover boxes.
All right. Looking through the gifts, the stocking has your name on it.
Please let there be red hats. Please let there be red hats.
The little animated Cole pops out of your hair. Interested. This is what you get.
More of my little
Ooh.
friend.
More of them.
Oh, cool.
Now all we need to do is to make sure that we pack a removable sock rack or stocking rack to hang over the campfire.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem quite handy.
Nice.
Yep.
But I do have a big long sword.
I suppose you can use that to hang it as well.
That's cool. What did you guys get?
Uh,
I mean, it's not red hots, but you know, it's pretty darn
It's close enough.
Chell's gonna look at the remaining packages.
All right. Looking through the packages, one of the cylinders is addressed to you, and reaching out and looking at the cylinder, and I had thought I had this one up, but I will get it to you. But basically, when you pop this open, you see one, a spell scroll of Snowball's Horn, and two, there is a vial of enchanted ink, and essentially, this ink can be used to transcribe any of your spells, and it's just a tiny little vial, but it is enough to transcribe. I forget how much is it per level to transcribe a spell scroll.
I think it's 100 gold. Or is that just the spell book?
I think it was 25 per level. We have to have a corresponding amount of hours per spell
Right.
level as well. Let me just look it up real quick.
25 per level, or is it 50 per level and 25 for your abjuration?
Oh,
Because I thought it was 25 for your abjuration.
fire. Spells charge. Oh yeah. For each level spell, well, the process takes 2 hours to cost 50 gold.
50 gold per level?
Per level, yes.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for. So it can go up to 150 gold pieces worth of ink, after which it needs to be recharged, which I will get to you momentarily.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
I suspect that Shiny will have been excitedly skimping around the small package that's there.
Yeah, and
Kostya will just sort of nod him and go, "Oh, go on. You know you want to."
so another one of these packages actually, when the one addressed to you is less cylindrical and more like a little more like leathery, like they hold something. But the note on it describes it as follows.
Ooh. Road. Super. No longer the need to keep running and teleporting halfway across the battlefield. I can just shoot everybody when they're down and they get healed.
Healing arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I used to stab people with a stake when I was a celestial warlock.
You did that to heal people?
Yes, I stabbed them to heal them.
Healing stab.
Alright, there's the enchanted ink.
Thank you.
And that's used cumulatively. There is one more item there, and that one's addressed to everyone.
Well, guess we should all open the last one as well.
Hey, I think I'm someone today. Don't know if we have a no one, so everyone?
So, looking in that box, there's a tiny little like model of a sleigh. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I guess we get to impose on Chal.
But yeah, folding sleigh.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Happy Yuletide, everyone.
I heard of a folding boat, but a folding sleigh is much more useful.
Very unique.
What is the plan for today? Are we gonna try and
I thought we were gonna go deal with the
Save-
hag.
we gonna deal with the hag, or are we gonna save the prisoner?
I thought we were going to speak with the prisoner, then decide if we want to use the current king as bait for the hag, then, try to off the hag.
I'm okay with that.
Sounds that's good.
We should try and find the prisoner.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've-
we're put in prison, freeing. This is why I should have my notes. That dragon. Tavalar?
I got his name.
So Tulliver?
Yeah, Talavar.
Yeah, Telever.
Well, I remember yesterday there was a boat a little farther past the tree we fought.
Yeah.
Be worthwhile going that way than seem to get to the prison.
Oh, Hamalu, thank you for the gift donations.
Thank you, Hamalu.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I promise this time I will keep my armor on. Are there any other prints in this room, or just the one in the middle?
Just the chest in the center.
I'm gonna take the frog.
Add the mummified frog to your inventory as well.
No way, this is haunted.
Something I can burn later.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shall we be going then?
Let's get going, yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, that zoomed out way too far. Sorry, chat.
And you're all free to roam.
The plan was to keep going north, right?
Yeah.
Yes, along the path to hopefully the prison.
Yeah. You notice that the bodies of the little grumpy sprites have all burned up, so they're gone. There is still the remains of the tree blight, all burnt to cinders. And just as before, there is a small boat moored right at the small docks there.
Well, I do hope it can hold us all.
Well, only one way to
I
find
would-
out.
I would hate to have to take my armor off again.
Maybe we could just go across with as many as it can hold and have them row back. Not like it's a one-way trip.
That is true.
So let's just carefully row across.
Yes.
Chow, sitting on the bow of the boat, is just friendly little face, just smiling at you, staring, unblinking.
Do I notice him before I get into the boat or after I get in the boat?
Before you get in the boat.
He does have a good night's sleep. It only mildly startles them. The judges will nod at it and hop in the boat.
Okay. So easy enough as you all are able to get into the boat and ferry yourselves across. You do notice that as you do cross, there is a you notice that there's this half sunken building right up there that has that looks a little bigger than the rest of the huts around, but you notice that there are a couple guards just posted out by the entrance with a large crocodile just sitting lazily as they keep watch. But you all are able to move across easy enough. probably more.
Hey, what big teeth it has.
Yep. It lazily watches you. But the bullywugs, standing guard, just wave politely.
Good morning.
Good morning!
We're just finishing up our tour.
Well, don't let us keep you. Yes, it's a nice foggy morning today. Enjoy your tour. We'll be here standing watch.
It is absolutely lovely. We were hoping we'd be able to go inside.
Well, this is the palace. You may go inside if you wish. You are, after all, guests of our king.
Thank you. It's greatly appreciated.
Yes, I think we would like that very much. Is there anywhere else you should suggest that we stop on our tour before heading back to...
One of them kind of peers around the corner and says, "Well, there are visitors here for trade," and they kind of gesture off to what appears to be a large balloon, but up where the balloon would be, there's just this storm cloud with like lightning crackling through it. And I believe I have a picture of it, but let me check. Young campus. No. No. Oh. No. Thought that was. I will look for this handout. But you also see you see this like storm cloud balloon right up here, and then you see another hut right off to the side of it as well.
Well,
I do
should
believe we will stop by afterwards, yes. There's been a while since we've been able to visit any stores.
So, into the palace?
Yes.
Is this the door? Is this the palace? Oh, that's water.
The door to the palace is right here. They step aside. They kind of like nudge the crocodile, and it moves aside begrudgingly, finding another spot to rest, and just kind of like lays its body down, kind of flattens out.
I'll wave to the crocodile.
When you wave,
I'll wait out here for you guys.
you wave to the crocodile, and the tail just kind of like swishes back and forth.
Does it tick?
No, it doesn't tick. Not in this one, or not in this part of the Feywild.
It's one of them newfangled digital clocks that it swallowed.
Yeah, you guys can go on in. I'll wait out here. Keep an eye out here.
Okay, if you wish. My token's kind of surrounded by darkness at the moment, so I can't really see much.
You should have. Hang on. Let me. I got an idea.
Did you move up across the river with us?
I did.
Yep. And Yep, I can see much better now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Entering, this wonderful ramshackle palace is built around a big tree. Two of the limbs reach out through the walls like big welcoming arms, and when you enter the interior, thank you. There you find that it is quite roomy. The entire lower floor is flooded with courtiers that just kind of like mill about the place. You see a couple of them. You hear a number of guttural croaks, but you see a couple of these courtiers just kind of like floating and swimming in this water. And entering, you are like waist to like mid torso up in this water.
Okay.
Green. I think we're okay. Thank heavens for pointing notice.
You also see a few of the Bullywug knights just standing guard, as knights do.
As knights do.
Yep.
I was just gonna look around, and since I guess it is half submerged, there wouldn't be any place leading down to a dungeon or anything like that.
Are you asking one of the knights?
No, this is just talking aloud.
Oh.
Player talking aloud, not Chell talking aloud.
Okay. No, you don't see any. You don't see any way down from where you are here. But as you move forward, you do see one of the knights kind of like look to you, and they're like up to their necks in this water. But you also see them like standing guard, like with their halberds, and as you're looking around, you hear, "Oh, welcome, your Majesty. Is there something? Are you looking for the king?"
No, not quite just yet. Myself and my entourage we're finishing up our tour, and we decided to stop here before we're taking one last look around.
Oh, I see. If whenever you wish to speak with the king, he's right upstairs, awaiting your arrival.
Thank you. That it's very good to know. Chell is going to look over to Constantine and Zahir to see if they're noticing anything that she doesn't.
Which one's going to be your husband? Your frogsband?
Chell,
Probably not the time to ask, right?
Chell's going to lean in next to Zahir, like, it's not going to happen. Sorry, in whisper, it's not going to happen.
But consider that if it does, and then we kill them, you don't have to consummate anything.
Aha, I found it. This was the balloon you saw.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Ooh,
that is a cool balloon.
that is a
Yeah.
really cool balloon. I want to steal that instead of the frog.
Yeah. New plan. Let's steal this.
I should have played a rogue.
Oh, damn, yeah. Might not be the best place to talk about this.
They don't understand me.
You might get unlucky one of these days. Oh boy, and that would be a very unlucky day.
Mm-hmm. It'll be awkward for everyone.
Hmm. I don't know that. Kostya nods back to Shell. I don't know if you should continue on. After all, you wouldn't want to slap eyes on your potentially betrothed too close to the matrimonial date.
Cal makes a small strangled sound. Like, you're right. We should probably leave for the time being.
So okay.
Then you hear, "Oh, is that the voice of that sweet envoy? Send them in, send them in."
Destiny awaits.
All the while, Cinder's just outside with a ball of flaming coal going up one arm and down the other.
Yep.
As she uses produce flame to chase her coal baby, and vice versa up and down her arms.
It happily somersaults all along your body.
Well, it appears we have to go greet the king.
And yeah, the one of the knights kind of like nods and they'll escort you you all up, and you do see there's a number of other bullywugs just kind of like lounging. A couple more knights keeping watch, but there's more bullywugs just lounging on various pillows scattered about. King Golub, the 19th, sitting on one of them. But he kind of like smiles and holds out his arms and says, "Welcome back. How is your stay in my humble kingdom?"
We almost died.
"Is that so? That would be a terrible fate."
Yes, but with the help of your knights, we managed to avoid such a terrible thing.
They are good knights.
They're quite exquisite knights, yes.
Yes, I do employ the greatest of knights in my kingdom, and you say exquisite, and a couple of these bullywug knights just go and just kind of like darken a little bit.
I don't think he employs them at all.
Your kingdom seems quite prosperous, and many of your subjects seem quite happy with their race.
Oh, good to hear. And I am sure the witch Bavrona would also be happy to hear such wonderful news. I could give you the book and actually welcome you into Bullywug society.
Oh, would you? That would be so wonderful.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
You understood me a moment ago.
My knight is quite intrigued by this.
Well, of course, we could provide such a ceremony to welcome you as honorary Bullywugs. And if you were so inclined, become my bride and rule alongside me.
See, I told you.
I was gonna... Do you know that smile a mother gives to her child when they're misbehaving in public, but they can't do anything about it just yet? Just give that smile to Zashir, like... Well, as we have stated, I am still quite a new monarch, and my travels must go on for my experience to grow, but your kind and enticing offer has formed my heart.
I have a whole 3 months of experience. Few kings can say as such.
I realize it would be quite improbable to find someone with greater experience than you, but I must, with a heavy heart, I must decline your proposal of marriage.
Well, this saddens me greatly.
As it does me.
They're going to be real broken up about it for a long time, Your Highness.
I am quite broken up about it. Wait a minute, I still don't understand. Why am I responding?
They're doing a very good job translating.
My knight is just remarking how unfortunate event it is.
Well, if ever you do change your mind, I will welcome you as not only a monarch of your own people, but one of my own as well. The power you would wield will be great.
I will bow their head in appreciation.
Nevertheless, I can still welcome you into Bullywug society.
That would be quite phenomenal. What would that entail?
That would entail me saying so.
Well, then, I speak for myself and my entourage. It'd be quite the honor.
All right then, and they kind of rise up and clap their hands, and then all the knights stand to attention. You hear the clatter of their halberds against the ground, and other courtiers kind of like stand up and all come out into this roomy hall, kind of like lining up, and King Gullet the 19th rises and steps forward and says, "Now hear me, everyone of my kingdom. I hereby do declare that the monarch Chell and her associated friends, knights, companions are all to be accepted in my court as honorary emissaries and members of the Bullywug court." And then all the Bullywugs begin to croak, and the knights all slam the butt of their halberds on the ground again, as King Gullop takes out a sword and just like holds it in front of them and says as much. And after he finishes, puts the sword away and says, "Welcome, members of my court."
I always wondered what it would be like to be Soggy.
Well, you are all now Soggy.
Double bow. It is an honor.
Quite the honor.
Well, the honor's all mine. Whenever you're ready, I can pass over the book for you to return. You now have entry into Beverlorna's cottage as one of my court emissaries.
Cal is going to look to Constantine and Sheer and kind of try to motion. Should we grab the book now, or should we go to the balloon first?
Hmm?
What do you think, guys? Balloon?
I think the balloon looks cool.
Cinder's not there, but I'm okay with taking the book. I mean, we're already here and he's offering it. We won't
That's
have to come
fair.
back.
Sure, we don't have to go right away. Would it be okay if we took the book and visit the balloon before we visited my lord? No.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh dear.
Maybe I should have went in, but there's water.
Damn it. 10.
10's enough. Just enough. There's a moment of consideration before they do reach under the pillow and pull out the book. They do extend it to you, Chow, and say, "Very well, but ensure that this does reach her before the day's end."
Of course. We wouldn't
course we
want to bring down anything terrible upon you for failing.
No, in fact, should this not reach her and bad things happen to my people, then, well, it would be on your heads, and I'd be so very sad to have to, brand you traitors. But oh, that would be a terrible day. Such wonderful people in my court.
It's cute that he thinks he could stop us.
My knight is saying how much that would hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take the book.
All right.
We shall return this to her before the day is done.
Thank you very much.
We should take our leaves now, then, with your permission.
Of course. And all the bullywugs go back to their lounging and or guarding.
After we came in,
Exit stage left.
You guys come out. Cedra's tossing her coal baby in a flame in circles above her head. She's juggling.
Make a dexterity acrobatic check, Cinder.
No. Fire.
9. You don't drop coal baby. You drop the fire a few times, so there's like little spots of flame just in the grass.
Well, it's okay, I'm a fire starter, so.
As you all exit, the crocodile sits there, and as you pass by, the tail starts to wag again.
I'll live again.
Okay, it won't catch anything. That's what I just checked produce flame, which is how it was creating the fire.
You wave to the crocodile again, and it gets up, and its mouth opens, and its tongue starts to pant like a dog.
How did the tour of the palace go?
It went quite well. Joe's just going to try to slowly reach out to pet it.
They offered her a marriage proposal. Or offered them a marriage proposal.
Did they? Oh. They did what?
They went through with the marriage proposal. They offered it.
Hey, Shell, when you're done with the alligator, can you tell me what Zashir is saying?
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yep. This isn't gonna get old ever.
Michelle, we rigged up a one of those Oriental scrolls that you just roll from one to the other. That he basically just keeps writing on as a subtitle.
Yeah.
The king offered.
Tell him exactly what I said. Don't even try and change it.
Wouldn't that be a fun way to elevate your curse? There's just constant subtitles. Everybody knows exactly what you're saying all the time because of these subtitles.
Closed captioning is on.
Speak.
With the accuracy of the various Twitch subtitles, of course.
The Google translates ones, because those ones are hilarious.
It is getting slightly better, though. Like 2000s Google Translate.
So what did Zashir say?
Sashir said that the king offered proposal again. We said we went through with it. We did not.
Oh man.
We are.
I would have made you a huge bonfire in your honor.
Kells pauses for a second there, like, that could be useful, but not right now. I'm sure we'll be able to make a bonfire for an honor sooner or later. We are now part of the Balliol court. I think that technically makes Happy a duchess, dame, some sort of royalty as well.
I don't know how royalty works.
I'm not too sure either here anymore, honestly.
All I know is
it works
makes
very briefly.
It seems to be quite fast here, we'll say.
Should we see the rest of the island or the rest of the court?
Yeah, let's visit the balloon. Oh, we also got the book.
Well, that was quick.
We have to bring it to the witch before the day's over, though.
Still debating on whether we will.
Kel's gonna nod to here, like, they're like, oh wait, they can't quite understand. Well,
Maybe we should
let's walk a
talk.
bit more, yeah. So we're not next to the guards when this is happening. We'll still need to decide what to do with the book.
Well, if we want to get, it seems like
I could
we
hold on
need
to
to
it
get
until
Civilma
dark.
so that Mr. Light and Witch can operate in peace, and we can get our stuff back. And to do that, we need to get rid of the hags. So,
You guys are missing things?
I miss my Wolfie dreadfully. I've missed him for the last 60 years.
I just happen to have the imp following me, not really missing someone. So, this is technically a job for me.
I mean, I don't know this Mr. Witch and Light, but, you know, I could always take the book and we could always just say that, the Fair King stole it and we're returning it.
That is quite possible. Shell's actually going to open the book up to see what's inside.
Alright. Opening the book up. Yes, yes.
Let's take a few steps back.
Let's see. Where is it? On the what languages do you speak?
Let's see. Elvish, Sylvan, Common.
It is written in Sylvan, and on the cover it says "Big Book of Bad Blood." Opening the book, you do see that within there is a long list of names, many of which are crossed out. There's descriptions by each name. Flipping through the pages, you are able to quickly gather that many of these descriptions are individuals who have crossed Vathlona in some way, or at least drawn her ire. There's notes by each of them saying describing the perceived slight and ways to deal with them. You closer to the end, where the list is, where there are names that are not crossed out. You see a few of them. One of which is Octavian Meliane. You remember the elf you met the day before. That pretty much describes how he refused to give his still beating heart, and so she ripped it from his chest and cursed him in such a way that he remained alive with a withered heart within him, stealing away all emotion from him. There's another that isn't crossed out, but has like a little note annotated by it, explaining a deal she made with one with you gotta remember how to pronounce his name, Agden Longscarf, which actually annotates him, and it has like several, it has a previous complication crossed out, and instead it is written as a useful servant granted permission to steal, so long as he provides her with the greatest of his trinkets from each theft. But there's a number of other names in there as well. And you do see also two other names, but no way to deal with them. These other two names are now I know I told you these names before. Yeah, I'll make sure I pronounce them right. Scabatha Nightshade and Indolin Moongrave. But there's little stars next to them.
Were there any other names with stars next to them?
No, those two are special.
What?
Oh, one other name you do notice. King Golub the 19th.
Oh. What does his entry say?
His entry says that since his rule has been disastrous, will be dealt with. But you get the sense. You also see, like, written on it, prisoners escaped. One of their own knights assisted. Balloon factory in shambles, on fire.
Well,
You do also see that the also kind of notated underneath for the knight, and the knight in question is Morgert, and Morgert and the other There's another name. There's Morgart, Wigglewog, and Sir Talavar.
Well, we know about Satalavar.
Yes, this appears to be more or less a hit book. A list of people who have displeased her in some way or another and how she has dealt with them.
More interestingly, it seems like the prisoner has already escaped.
Well, I think the prisoner was Sir Talavar.
I'm sorry, when I mentioned those other two names, Scabatha and Indolin, there is one more. Zabilna.
They just have stars next to their name?
That one does. That one also does have a star next to it, and it just says "False Sister, trapped in time for all eternity."
Is the name of my patron in this book?
No, not in this book. Actually, you know what? Roll me a d100. Yes, her name is in there.
Wow.
You do see Titania, Queen of all fairies. But there's some notes in there as like Queen of the Summer Court, an enemy to the Winter Court, and like champion of all the good fairy, and it's a bit more generalized, but you kind of get the sense that this hag coven may not be particularly fond of an empress who does not look kindly on their actions.
I think we should figure out how much she knows about Zablina and dispose of her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the clue is, as far as the Titania goes, is in that inside bracket, goody two shoes brackets. But yeah, I either what she knows about Sabrina, or I suspect more her other sisters are who's actually keeping Sabrina, and we just need the one here to tell us where the other two are. Probably over in Thither, but
Probably. We can get as much information out of her as we can.
oh, absolutely.
And from what this reads, King Gulp is already on her shit list and is trying to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So a little lie isn't gonna be bad.
At this rate, we can't really get any worse.
I got an idea. I don't know if it'll work. But
Is it cunning?
Is it what?
Is it cunning?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to check something first. Not that one.
I want to check out this balloon. It has been called to.
Yeah, let's head over to the balloon, because I'm going to use a ritual cast detect magic, but that'll take a while, so you guys can go in and take a look around while I do.
Okay. So as you approach this balloon, where is it? Ah, here we go. A big black balloon floats over the lake, tugging at its moorings. Beneath it hangs a basket made of black wicker and wood, which serves as a merchant stall currently. There is a large pane of gray glass that is drawn closed across an opening over the counter. There's a sign mounted above the window that reads, "Wondrous Wares" and "Fair Fares." This balloon is not made of fabric, but appears to be a roiling, dark rain cloud that has been contained somehow with lines and netting. There is, as you all get closer, beneath this cloud, it gets significantly darker. There's a gentle pitter patter of rain, and throughout the cloud, there's an occasional arc of lightning that just cracks through it. But you approach. You can approach the window. It does say "open for business," and there is a sign hanging below the counter as well.
What's the sign say?
As you draw closer, you see available for a limited time only. A very good thimble, fingertip not included. Mug of bumble beer, has a nice sting to it. Dusk mallow pie with decorative bite marks. Bundle of dry wood, great for starting fires. Ink portraits. If we have to look at you, so should you. Moonlight monocle, no more fumbling in the dark. And as you get closer, you see behind this gray glass, there are two figures. One leans a bit closer, and there's a smile that draws on their face. But you see one of the figures. As they lean forward, there's a wide-brimmed hat that appears to be kind of like a witch's hat, completely dressed in black. But they lift a small teacup to their lips and sip, and then the smile grows. You see this figure here. One of them, anyway.
Ooh.
Well, hello. You look like you could use a little bit of color. Too much time in the rain.
Color. No color for me. I don't do good with light, you see.
I mean, red is a pretty good color.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Red is a pretty good color, don't you think?
Red. Yes. As much as I enjoy color, it would be my undoing. In fact, many of my kind
She
have...
takes a step back.
You step back.
I'll say that was kind of creepy.
Are you here to trade?
Possibly.
Well, would you like to have?
Well, I guess you don't happen to have a wolfie.
Wolfie? No. No wolves, unfortunately.
It was worth asking.
Of course.
But
could I interest you in a thimble?
Not much
Wow.
of a
now you're talking my language, madam.
He holds up a thimble on one long finger. My finger's not included.
I think I know just the place for it. Now I'm gnome of quite slight means, but I do have this. And he holds up his the plush pixie. It plays Pixieland. And he presses the big "Try Me Here" button on its foot, and this sort of rather tinny version of
Well, that is quite enjoyable. I tell you what, I will throw in an ink portrait of you. If you throw in, I quite like the color of your eyes.
Ooh. I feel this is where I wouldn't be playing Kostya unless I made a quick wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like Kostya. You know, that doesn't sound too onerous. That sounds good.
Wonderful. And she snaps her fingers, and the other figure straightens up and immediately takes out a paintbrush and begins to paint your portrait. And you see them moving quite swiftly. But she, as this is going on, she sets the thimble down and slides the window open, and then sets the thimble down, and then takes out a marble, and as she leans forward, she says, "You be mine," and spins this marble. As this happens, the rest of you would see the eye color drain from Kostya's eyes and kind of like drift into this marble, which takes on the same color that Kostya's eyes are. What is his eye color, by the way?
Kostya, you shouldn't make deals like that.
I was casting a spell right now, so I can't help.
Kostya's eyes color were a very pale blue.
So you see this marble kind of start to glow with this same pale blue, as Kostya's eyes are now gray. But the marble starts spinning, and she picks it up and says, "Well, this is one way for me to get a good look at color, isn't it?" And tucks the marble away before the figure finishes this painting, and she reaches over and grabs the painting sets it down as well, and it's actually a pretty good rendition of Kostya, with now with gray eyes. So you have a portrait of yourself with gray eyes. Your eyes are now gray, and there is a little glowing marble with your eye color that she takes and pockets.
Stupendous.
You should not have done that. You should not have done that.
And he wanders back and goes, "Cool! I even got an extra."
And she does take the little pixie plush as well, and adds that to her collection. And she sets it up like on a number of trinkets that she has available for trade as well. Would anyone else like to purchase anything?
And he,
No.
yeah, he'll wander off and grab a tip off the trinket.
No,
Because
no,
Are you sure? No,
No.
dusk mallow pie with the bite marks
No.
in it. It's quite decorative.
no,
All right.
no, no.
At this point, Chel's gonna look up from visually casting the spell, like, "Oh, marvelous hat, by the way, but I think we are quite good."
Very well. You finish casting the spell. As you finish, you do notice a couple things. One, that mummified toad is glowing. Two, that little marble is glowing. And three, you notice that the monocle kind of sitting up on the shelf is also glowing. What's magic is this? I think it's abjuration magic on the goggles. On the little marble, it is transmutation, and what was the other one? An evocation on the mummified toad.
Okay,
Along with general just magic in the air, because this is the Feywild.
was there any magic on Leonora's book?
No.
Dang.
nor on
So
the
I'm trying to plan, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that appears to be a just a big book of bad blood.
okay.
Yeah, I'll head back and sort of into the huddle and say, well, I will admit I was tempted by the monocle, but I can already see quite well in the dusk and the dark, so
Yeah, I'm curious about what the monocle does. Just give me one moment. Kel will go up over to the balloon.
Welcome back.
I was curious if you'd be able to tell me what the book does.
I'm
The monocle
sorry,
does.
The monocle, yes. The monocle allows you to see quite favorably in the night, quite much like myself. It would make you, it would give you vision a bit more affluent in the dusk. At least in one of your eyes.
Does sound quite useful, but not useful having it in both the eyes.
Are you sure you're not willing to part with your dance moves for it? You look like quite the fine dancer.
Kel actually thinks about that because, like, No, she danced when she
What would-
played for the
what would-
Witchlight Carnival. She's going to keep
What
that.
would your betrothed think
How
of you losing your dance moves?
about instead of my dance moves, you could take my Shell ponders for a moment, thinking what they wouldn't mind missing, but would still have some value.
Sense of style?
That is actually quite valuable for Changeling.
I could use your skin.
Yep.
Do you need your skin?
I do need my skin. Yes. How about 2 memories? One of them would be the first memory of the first time I've had chocolate in it, and second one will be the first time I've felt pain.
Your memories. Make a persuasion check.
And again.
You are offering her 2 memories in exchange for this monocle. She seems to think for a minute. I will take those along with the memory of your first kiss. 3 memories.
It is a very important memory, though. Could I have your hat as well, then?
My hat.
Like I said, it is quite marvelous.
Make a another persuasion check. Because now you're asking for something else. 20. She looks. You see her look up to the hat, and she reaches up and takes it off, and kind of. All right. And as she takes the hat off, you see her kind of like wince a little bit as it becomes slightly less dark under the hat, underneath. You see her just kind of like grab just a small cloak and flip it over her head to shroud the face in darkness again. And you see her relax again, and this cloak just looks like a tattered mess, but it's getting the job done. But she'll set the hat down and says, "All right," and she reaches. She reaches out and sets like a small wooden block on the counter and slides it closer to you. Just touch this lock for me.
Elle is gonna think about those memories for one last time, then take a breath and place their hand on top of it.
All right. Would you like to describe these memories to me?
So, let's go with the first time that they felt pain. At least the first time they remember feeling pain.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been about they were 2 years old. Well, their mother was in the kitchen, but they left the door open, and Chell being the very closest of child, will actually wander outside. And there's a great big hill right next to the house.
Mhm.
And when you're 2 years old, your sense of balance isn't always the best. But your sense of adventure is quite exceeds it. And at the time, she ran towards the hill and tumbled down.
How about the other two?
And first time they tasted chocolate. I think the proper happy situation which a child would first taste that. But remember. So this memory's gonna be not as clear, crisp as the other one, but it does hold a bit more meaning to her, because she remembers a man with her mother.
Mm-hmm.
The man's facial details aren't all clear to her, but he's holding it out to her, and she's kind of trying to grab it with both hands. She's still a young child, and do you ever see a child eat a smash cake? So she's going face first into the chocolate.
Beautiful.
Alright.
And her first kiss now. She was 11 at the time, and there was a boy that she fancied, and she thought liked her back. It was at the end of a fall festival, like where Harvest were all brought in, betrayed, done, and the two of them snuck off behind a hay bale. Oh, and they snuck a kiss, and at that point, Chell didn't know what she was exactly. And with how nervous and embarrassed with it, she changed for the first time. Someone else. And it scared the boy.
Oh, goodness. That is a valuable memory. So as you recall these, you hear this darkling whisper another incantation, and these memories fade from you, and three sides of the block take on different shapes. You know you lost these memories, but you can't recall the events. So you know the memories are there. You just don't remember where or when or who these memories are with. But she sets the witch hat down, the wide brimmed hat, along with the monocle, and takes the cube and sets it on the shelf as well.
I was gonna put the hat on and pocket the monocle.
All right.
Thank you.
Quite welcome. I hope you enjoy your new purchases. I'm sure you will, in fact. And the items. Here we go. Monocle. Where is my handout for this monocle? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. No, I'm not. Oh, right, because it's using the properties of something else. Okay, so it's basically it basically works the same way as Goggles of Night, except it's a monocle.
Okay.
Same exact enchantment.
Ooh.
And because you have the description of the item and detect magic up, you can figure out what it is.
Yeah, I'll just drag that out to my sheet here then.
Mm-hmm.
You two pay very high prices.
That's true.
It's stylish. He's holding up the painting of himself in front of himself as though it were a mirror.
You can
I'm hoping it's worth it.
and
Yeah.
all deals are final. And she shuts the window.
I think that means they're closed.
I guess so.
Unless someone else wants to buy something.
No, no, thank you.
And shuts the window again.
Well, if nothing else, it's a cool shop location.
It's quite amazing, yes.
It definitely catches the eye. It draws the attention for sure. Good marketing. You go around this building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should probably see what this place is as well.
All right. Going around here, you see rising out of the soggy ground. This is a pretty sturdy wooden hut. The doorway's open on one side of it, and at the back of the hut are two holding cells. There's very thick mangrove roots that are serving as bars, and there is a small round door closing off each cell. The floor of one cell, is covered in several inches of stinking water, and the other cell holds a figure in rags slumped against the back wall. But this figure kind of like perks up as you all enter, and then rises and gives a very graceful bow, very eloquent, and before speaking, and as they do, you hear, welcome. I don't suppose you are here to escort me to my death?
I'm not quite sure about it at the moment.
Thank you.
Is anybody other than he is here?
She and
She?
yeah, and she is the only one here. But she uh, kind of like cants her head and says, "Well, you don't appear to be from around here."
We not really are. Other no guards here?
Oh, they come and patrol every now and then. They're quite. The roots are quite sturdy. I am not a very skilled thief, as it were, and am quite incapable of working my way out without a weapon.
Of course. Charles gonna.
What if you were to have a weapon that could get through these roots?
Why, if I did, I would try to time my probably short-lived existence for when the guards are not here, and chop my way through this door.
I was gonna keep an eye out the door, see if guards are coming around.
You do see a few guards kind of like patrolling. You actually give me a perception check.
Okay, let's see if I'm good at this. Oh dear.
Okay. You do see a few guards kind of like patrolling the area. You don't know if they're paying particularly close attention to you. They don't seem to be hiding and eyeing you too suspiciously, but you are also not hiding. So you're not sure if you're being watched or not.
Okay. Does it seem like they're coming closer to us, or?
They're like making little like loops around the area, just general patrol.
What did you do to cause them to lock you up?
Oh, well, there was a prisoner here, a little fairy dragon, and myself and a friend sold that. And this one was an honorable type, and as a knight myself, and seeing the poor treatment of this fairy dragon, I opted to bring them from their prison. I held them off as long as I could as they made their escape. I say they. My friend Wigglewog has escaped with them in a balloon. I made sure to set the factory ablaze and held the guards off while they fled.
Well, Charles gonna step closer and like lower their voice. We got some good news and some bad news.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, it doesn't seem like.
Well, the good news is Sir Talavar did manage to escape, though the balloon sprung a leak and crashed.
You see...
Go ahead.
You see her brow kind of furrow a little bit. She maintains like this, this tall poise as a knight might. But they kind of look at you and say, "My friend, what about Wigglewog? Did he escape with Sir Talavar?"
He got out of the village, but they did not survive the crash.
You see Morgert suddenly kind of like grow a little sullen. I see.
My condolences.
Appreciate it. Well, I would advise you travelers to be careful. It's good to know that Sir Talavar made it out, but it is a high cost, I suppose. I suppose I'll be joining my friend. Suppose I'll be joining Wigglewog any day now. You'll have me fight to the death, and I will probably kind of looks around, seeing no other prisoners. I'll probably be set on by beasts.
What if you weren't? What would be your chances of escaping this place?
If I could escape, I would.
I have a really bad idea, guys.
I believe I have the same one.
Is it as bad as turning against your own to set an honorable sword free? I think I might have you beat.
No, thanks for more like. Technically, I suppose. One other question. The king said you stole a book from Belnorva. Belnorva.
Arcs her brow again. I am a knight, not a thief.
I was gonna show the book. Like, have you not seen this before?
I'm an insight checker.
Mm-hmm.
18.
She is telling the truth. She is not a thief.
See? So it wouldn't be a lie if we said he stole it.
It is quite likely he did then, actually.
Truth, lie, I can sell it.
Do you by chance know the importance of this book?
I don't know. If it's political, I can tell you now. I try not to involve myself in the politics of the court.
They do tend to be short-lived, yes.
They do, don't they?
I think I'm gonna take a look around. Are the guards patrolling close?
Give me a perception check.
I'm not great at these, but here goes 9. I don't see shit.
Yeah, you see them like milling about. You don't know if you don't know how well their sight is on you. You can probably guess that they might have seen you go in, but hard to tell if they're paying actual attention to you.
Well, we can return the book and complete our task in Gollops. And then she kind of nudges her shoulder and her coal baby comes out a little bit out of her hair. We could set them free.
I need to make a quick modification to the book first, though.
Only a monarch, only the king can really declare me innocent, usually after a combat trial.
What about the spouse of the king?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Elvin says, they say, well, what about the spouse of the king?
I suppose, if they had a spouse, but last I was aware of. King Gullip the 19th. Are they still king?
They're still king somehow.
Okay.
And apparently I'm quite eligible here.
Well, if they have a spouse, that I wasn't aware they got got married. They have a spouse that sees me in a favorable light, I suppose.
Well, if you care about your innocence and not just getting out, escaping, I think that could be arranged. She kind of nudges Shell, right?
That is quite the possibility, yes. You can tell Kel is dying on the inside currently.
I think Shell and Cinder have two different ideas.
Well, they both involve dying. It's just a question of who.
When we talked to, again, I don't have my notes, I don't remember that bullywog's name. Iggle? Biggle? Jiggle?
Illig?
Illig. Well, we could, if they want our help, we could put the release and declared innocence of this prisoner as part of our bargain.
It is a traditional, I believe, political move to for the incoming administration to pardon the political prisoners of the previous one.
Well, that is a clever ploy if someone is looking to replace King Golub the 19th. It's possible. I don't imagine I would stay in the village. Sure, Bevlorna's not going to forgive me.
Yeah, she seems to be quite upset if you in this book, and Tell's actually gonna open the book and flip to the last page. How are things written down in the book? Like, is it the person's name, what they did, and the revenge for it on it?
Yes.
Tell's gonna take out her, but she has a normal colon ink, and she's actually gonna add something to the book.
Okay.
Because I know each hag has a weakness. Don't know which hers is, but I'm hoping this works. Chella's gonna write Bavlorna Nightstrog, Grievance shattered the Feywilds, Revenge stripped of power and stature and forced to tell the truth.
Repeat that again for me?
Yeah, I can post it in chat real quick.
Yeah, do that.
I hope I got her last name right.
Bavlorna Blightstraw.
Oh, Blightstraw.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a straight charisma check. Because I like where this is going.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
I will allow it.
Like she doesn't. Yep, I can touch myself, so. Okay, that was dirty. I did not mean it for it to sound dirty. Charisma 14 plus a d4. 17.
17.
Nice.
Okay. 17.
There's going to be a minor explosion.
Oh dear.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So you are very much attempting to impose your will over this hag. You write this in, and as you kind of extend your presence over it, you feel for a moment this chaotic magic in the Feywild reacting to you, because yes, this is a thing you can attempt to do, is impose your will over the Feywild. As you attempt this, you feel resistance of another will, a very strong will, but almost like it's sick. And there's a moment where the image of a figure is seen, and seeing them, you see this figure kind of like hunched over, two bulbous eyes, skin is like cracked and dry, and they're just kind of like crouched over with like long extended limbs, and just like straw kind of dull straw hair just kind of hanging in place. But then when you look back at the book where you had written, underneath it says Widdershins, and go ahead and give me an insight check.
Thank you.
Alright. In this process of imposing your will over this, you get that word kind of stuck in your head, Widdershins, as Bavlorna's weakness. And essentially, the way this works, if a creature within 10 feet uses 10 feet of Bavlorna, uses at least 10 feet of their movement to run in place counterclockwise, Bavlorna is overcome by a fit of sneezing and can't cast spells until the end of her next turn.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Also, I'm gonna roll one more thing. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay.
Can I add the D4 from guidance?
Nope. You use
No.
that. Alright. You feel a prickle go up your neck. That's all.
You think that was a smart idea?
I think it worked. Kel has this like really big smile on their face,
But now she knows we're after her.
but now I know her weakness.
Yes, but now we can't waste time with your betrothed.
I think this makes up for it quite easy enough.
I hope you're right.
Well, I believe we have a meeting we should get to now.
Yep, we just pissed off a hag. Let's go. She tucks her coal baby back into her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna tip her hat to the night. I do hope we get to see each other again.
Of course. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Hopefully I'm not dead by the time you arrive.
I hope the same thing, because that would make me quite displeased.
I hope you're still alive as well. For the good you did for Sir Talavar.
Well, I
It,
wouldn't.
it's so much more unpleasant rescuing dead bodies rather than live ones, I find.
Well,
And,
agreed.
is there enough room between these root bars to put my hand?
Yes.
I'll reach my hand through the bars to... I'm sorry, I did not catch your name.
My name is you may call me Morgart.
Morgert.
She extends her own hand, and as a knight might do, they take her hand and as they bow and just give it a little kiss.
It bursts into like flame, like harmless flame.
Mm-hmm.
And Titania is also pleased.
Well, if I don't make it out of here, give the fairy queen my highest regards.
And I'm gonna cast False Life on them.
All right.
So just in case anything happens, they have an extra 6 hit points.
Good to know. Add that.
I mean, it only lasts for an hour, but we're about to make shit happen.
Yeah. All right.
And I will head out. Do we know where we're going?
Yes, it's the cottage in the middle of the village.
Have we seen how to get there?
You can get there any number of ways. You could swim. You could take a boat. You do see that there were some clotheslines around town that connect to the cottage if you're going to climb over.
I am not much for swimming, boat, or those clothesline things.
I think a boat would suit us best.
You've got the boat, or there's the jetty or the coastline or whatever you want to call it that runs out from the castle to it.
As you are, before you guys leave, Morgert does call out, little advice. If you do need to make a quick escape, those balloons do come in handy.
We'll keep that in mind, thank you.
She gives a nod. As you exit the area, there is oops. You do see a Beluog quietly approach and just set a note in Cinder's hand for just giving a polite nod and walking away.
I'll nod politely back and open the note.
Inside the note, it says, I have acquired your materials. And then it's signed by Illig.
Did Cinder ask for something? I don't remember. I don't.
You said that you would marry Chell to
Oh,
to
that's
Illig.
right. Okay. Sorry, that's what happens when you're out of town and don't have your notes.
Yeah. But yeah, you recall that you said you would marry Chell and Illig after Illig takes the throne.
Yeah.
We need somebody to ask for a dowry for me.
Yeah, if they acquired the materials you needed.
That's good to know. Later problem. She tucks it into a pouch. Well, good news. I have the 50 gold worth of powdered silver.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're ready. But let's deal with this first.
Yes. We should probably use the boat we used to get over this island.
Yeah. Cinder will start heading that way.
All right. Easy enough. You can make your way back. You climb in the boat. Where would you all like to take this boat?
Well, the middle.
Middle
Isn't
of
that
the
where they
lake?
said it was?
All right. Just move these all over. All right. All right. Approaching in the boat, you see that standing up on these thick thick trunks with stilts, acting as stilts, is indeed Bavlorna's cottage. You do also see that there are stairs, kind of like leading up in a spiral into the bottom of the cottage. So there is absolutely a way to enter. Now, how are you entering?
Chell does not want to go first.
I'll go first. That's no problem. Is there a door or an entrance in the water?
Making your way up, some of these stairs do creak a little bit, so it is a little noisy without being, without trying to be quiet. But making your way up, yes, the stairs do lead upward.
We're gonna try and be quiet. I think she already knows that we're coming.
Sure. If you do, for those trying to be trying to be stealthy, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
It's disadvantage, but
Might as well try. Alright.
5.
Tippity-toe.
bringing up the rear. The only one they can't see is the gnome.
Where's Constantine?
Let's see. Now I get to move you to. Yeah. Alright. Yep. So reaching the bottom of the cottage. Well, did it work? There we go. You don't want it to be regular size again. Happy kind of like stops along the outside. Can't really fit through the door. You see Happy just kind of like do the snail thing. They're like hanging upside down and just chilling on the underside of the cottage. But there is a trapdoor that you're able to open and enter, and entering inside. Gonna move everybody. So, as you enter through this trapdoor, there is a recessed pool lined with moldy clay tiles that take up most of this room. There's stagnant water that fills the depression to a depth of about a foot, give or take. And rising in the center is the head of a stone well. And you would have seen the length of this well extending from the bottom of the cottage as well. But there is a very unpleasant, pungent odor coming from that well. In one corner of the pool stands a tall, dirty mirror in an oval frame, and floating on the water is a large lily pad. There's the floorboards creak and are all arranged in just in a 10-foot wide raised walkway around the pool. Crowded on the walkway, there are shelves, tables, stools, all just completely haphazard shapes and sizes, and almost every available surface is littered with stacks of dirty plates, scraps of food, and old junk. There are dressing dummies that are pushed together in one corner, and a wooden staircase that spirals up from another corner. 5 closed doors lead from the room.
I think she needs some chlorine for that pool.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some soap for all these dishes.
I don't know if anything can be saved, really.
John, what can you make out about... I don't know. Why is there a mirror in the middle of the pool?
Why indeed?
I mean, I understand the lily pad, but...
Does the mirror seem to be cracked or anything?
Nope. It's kind of dingy and gross, but
Does it look like it's floating?
no, it's just set up like the feet of the mirror are just kind of disappearing into the water.
I'm reminded of the number of stories of Hollywood princes held captive by various hags, etc., etc. Yeah.
How long does detect magic last?
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
But I did cast guidance, so it'd be gone either way, because guidance is a
Yeah,
concentration for a
alright, yeah,
minute.
so that's going on.
So I have player instincts, but I don't know if Chell would have the same thoughts that I'm having at the moment with the mirror.
Well, I mean, take 10 minutes. I mean, the worst that can happen is that she comes down here while you're doing it and things get physical.
Yeah, okay. That
Just don't look in the mirror.
tends to be how things get out of mirrors.
Alright.
He does.
So what are you casting now?
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic.
I mean, we're in a hag's lair now.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be magical.
I will say, everyone give me a perception check. Or no, just tell me your passive perceptions.
11.
11.
I have you all beat. 7.
Alright, that's all. Okay, so you don't notice anything happening during this, ouch. During this 10 minutes, but you're not interrupted by anything. By the time you finish casting, you notice there are 2 magical sources in the room. One being the mirror, and the other being that large lily pad. The lily pad itself is would be I'm not sure what it would be, if it's would be transmutation or abjuration, but it's magical. The mirror is conjuration magic.
Okay, so he definitely don't want to be reflected in the mirror. It is conjuration magic, so could potentially summon something.
Or bind.
Okay. So I was right. Weird to
At
have
least the dummies aren't necessarily magical, so that's a bonus.
The lily pad is also magical as well.
Should
Yeah,
we break the mirror?
Maybe not at the moment. Maybe if we go around behind it and check the doors. Shae, it is almost 11.
Yeah, and Rin is still missing, so why don't we go ahead and just call it here?
Because it seems like a important section.
Yeah, this is a good place to stop. So I'm gonna have to move to the other side because. But yeah. Hey everybody, we'll stop here for tonight. I'll go ahead and I'll bounce to the other side and see if we can raid Diesel Shot because I think they're still on. But thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you all enjoyed. And let's see, next week we will not be here next week, but because Rin and I will be at a convention for the first time in years.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. I am fully expecting there to be sick people, and I'm going to stay away from them.
Bring a bubble suit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing the thing where it's like everybody has to wear a mask. You have to be vaccinated, or you get kicked out. So they are fairly strict about it, which I'm all for. But I just generally like being to conventions too. I don't trust people who just don't shower because
Yeah.
they always get sick. Just like being awake constantly and going to everything. Anyway, you gotta be careful. And the rules they say every time are remember to shower, remember to sleep, and have fun. Those are the three rules. The three rules there that they have to keep reiterating to people. But we'll be back the week after next and see how things go. Wait, you're back and switch to the other side. Hello. Here we go. I think I got that right.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. See you next time.
Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe out there.
Bye.